Hey, power builder. Okay, so let's continue building this house. Okay, so brick by brick. So let's have a look at the next 3 bricks. So hang on a sec, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so I have to bring up my book here and then go to share screen. So there we are. So you can see this. And let's have a look at the next 3 bricks. So last time we had a look at 250 quantity. Now we look at 580 order. Okay, so 500. So basically, the number is really 58. That's the number. So we're looking at the number 580. The word order. Okay, in court, the judge might say, order, please. Or in the parliament, in the House of Lords, order, please. Okay, so 58, that's the number. Now I'm adding a 0 in order to create an environment in the permanent memory sphere. So the 5 now gives me an L, okay? So the environment is a word that's called lightning. Now, you could go to Tesla, who has this, this dome to protect yourself from lightning. But what I like to do is, I'd like to go to another planet, completely different, in a completely different galaxy on a different planet. And what's happening there is there's lightning, because this is where Tesla comes from, and Edison, and Thor, and Zeus, and all these kind of lightning throwing superheroes. And like we breathe air, they breathe lightning. Okay, so this is the planet they come from. So that's in my imagination. And the 8 here is now 80, and that's a vase. And if you want to go to that planet, they put you into this vase like this. Otherwise, they can't keep order. Maybe the O is the opening of this vase, and you go inside of it, and there are lots of rats in it, rats, okay? And they keep the order in that vase because you can't breathe electricity, lightning, you can't breathe it. So in there, they have this order. And so there you go. That's it. That was it. So to repeat it, you've got the number 58, but we name it 580. The 5 is lightning. The 80 is a vase, because 8 is on the face, and that's the, and the S is the 0 is an S, so vase. And then the RD here gives you rat. Okay, so you need to tell a story saying lightning, where lightning is, that's the environment. Then what does the vase do, and what do the rats do? And you tell a story, and then say the word order, because this is what it creates. This story creates order. Okay. Now we're looking at the number 61. I add the 0. So I've got a 6 here. It's a different environment. That environment is a church. Okay. And then I go in, I take my shoes off, and I go in barefoot. So you can see my toes. I go into this church. And then the 61 here I add something. The 61 is a cheetah. Yeah. Cheetah. Okay. Then we've got, as I said, my 10 toes, and then rats again. Okay, so in a church, not a temple or synagogue or any other places, in a church. Okay, so so what we've got is we are in a church going in barefoot. You can see our 10 toes, and rats are running over our toes. And in the corner, you can see a cheetah, and it's not looking at the rats, it's looking at you. And I say, let's get the hell out of here. And we ran as quickly as we can to the door, managed to open the door, shut the door, and you can hear the claws scraping on the inside of the door. So we just got away with it just in time. And then we remember that in that church, there was a lot of disorder. Okay, now we do the third and last word for today, because otherwise it goes on for too long. But also on my own, privately, I just do 3 or 4 words, and then I stop, and I take the rest of the day off. Okay, right. So here we've got the number 84, okay? So let's have a look at that. So I want to put it into the permanent memory sphere. So adding a 0 gives you the environment, and the environment is an 8. And the 8th environment is fire, okay? So there's a whole street on fire. All buildings are on fire. And then there's rice and gnome, spelled G-N-O-M-E, gnome. Garden gnome, okay? Just out of fun, you can use also beer to drink beer, the alcohol liquid. Okay, so there's a whole street on fire, and maybe it's a street that's in an 8, like infinity, and the fire would burn forever if the gnomes didn't put rice on top of all those buildings to extinguish the fire. And then afterwards they have a party and drink beer. That was my story. There you go. That's how quickly it goes. And yeah, there you are. So I stop it here, and I close my eyes, okay, and I say first what we've learned just now, and then I go to what we've learned on the previous video, okay? So on the previous video there were 4, now we've got 3, so there's 7 of them, like the 7 dwarfs, or the 7 days in the week, or the 7 world wonders. Okay, so those are the first 7 words, but we have to learn 27, okay? So we started off with the number 58. So it's 580, and that is order. 610 is disorder. And 840 is what? After you reconstruct it, number. Because the gnomes just now reminded me of number. Okay, so I'll repeat. 580, order, 610, disorder, that's easy. And then 840, number. Going to the beginning is 110, existence, 130, substantiality, 190, relation, 250, quantity 580, order 610, disorder 840. Yes, number. Okay, right. So this is how easily you can remember those words. Any word really, but these words are very, very, very important. And I mustn't say too much. I mustn't give away too much too early. Okay, so I see you next time. Thank you very much for watching and learning it with me. And take care of yourself and have a good whatever comes next. And so have a good time.